believe that the cabinet has decided to, on the terms of the ceasefire agreement itself, to abrogate the ceasefire agreement. When you think of what the consequences might be of this action, I think it is useful to look back as to why the ceasefire agreement was entered into. If you recall what was going on in the year 2000 and before, I believe most people would remember that there was quite a serious war, civil war going on in this country. The LTT had achieved a success in getting through to the Bandaranaike International Airport and the Air Force headquarters close by. There had been quite a bit of destruction there. In addition, our ground forces in Elephant Pass had suffered a defeat, and there was a Mulettivu incident a little while earlier. So for all these reasons, I believe the public, and thereby the government acting on the wishes of the public, had felt that it was desirable to enter into a ceasefire agreement with the LTTE. At that time, Mrs. Chandrika Kumaratunga, who was then president, had invited the Norwegians to come in and form a kind of agreement which would also enable them to have a role as intermediaries, as neutral intermediaries. That happened, but as we all know, after about 2 years, 2002 and 2003 seemed to be relatively free of incidents. Incidents started again, and there was both sides, I must admit, the government too and the LTTE were not abiding by the provisions of the agreement, much as they said they were. Now it has led to this position where now the government possibly is thinking that with the scrapping of the agreement, it will be possible for them to inflict a major defeat on the LTTE and bring peace thereby, so that after there would be peace and no problems. And I believe the public too are thinking that that might be the way it will happen. I don't know. We cannot say what is behind all these moves and what the activities of the LTT might be. There might be still a widespread attempt at damage. And I think the incident that happened a few days ago in Slave Island are indicative of the type of action that might now take place. So we have to be very watchful. The main thing is that the public have to be very careful and watchful about what might happen. In the meantime, I think the military will go out on some kind of a fairly hard attempt to defeat the LTT militarily, and then we might be able to have that peace that everybody seems to want. At the international level, there could be repercussions of some kind, because the international community was expecting that with the ceasefire agreement, there was always the prospect of peace. Now that seems to be a little remote, more remote than it was earlier. And it's likely that they will, depending on their circumstances, exert some pressure at perhaps reducing the quantum of aid that they may have been agreeable to give if peaceful conditions prevailed. But that's a matter also for conjecture. Many analysts are looking at that. I think the general idea is that there will be some reaction. We don't know what that reaction would be.